What's up? It's your brother Knologist. We're back with another episode of Focus Study Sesh. Okay, we're doing authorization. It's authentication, the last one. One sec, I gotta do my borders up again. Fuck. The borders on this note are off. I don't know how to fix it. It's like I gotta redo my borders here. You guys can watch as I redraw these borders. I'm gonna share my screen. Like, I hate it when my borders are messed up in my notes. Whoa. I hate it when freeform closes like randomly on me. Gotta let it load. It's gotta remap all my drawings and shit. Okay, let's start with this. It's fine. It's not going to be perfect, but it will do the job. Okay. It's going to be architecture and JSON. So let's do architecture first. Let's do piece by piece. Oh my god, freeform keeps closing on me. There's a lot of data for it to remember, so it's obviously going to become a bit weird. I eventually plan to back up all this stuff because it does have to store a bunch of stuff. properly bordered notes. And there we have it, all the perfectly bordered out notes. And now we can get to the next part, which is authorization. I might have to condense it, but now we can get to auth. How long did that take? That took like 12 minutes to do. But yeah, let's quickly write down the notes for auth, and let's see if we can actually get through it. Because there's auth webhooks documentation, so. Authorization. Authentication is who. Authorization is permissions. We're getting somewhere though. We're getting pretty far. Hypothetical user Primogen should be able to edit and delete videos on his account. Everyone should be able to view them. Should be able to view but not edit or delete. Authorization logic is just the code that enforces rules. code for this enforces the rules. We already have a bit of authorization built into Chirpy. Authenticated users can only create chirps for themselves, not for others. Add a put API users endpoint so that users can update their own but not others' email and password. It requires an access token in the header, a new password email in the request body. Hash the password and then update the hashed password and the email for authenticated user in the database. Respond with 200 if everything is successful, and if it's malformed or missing, respond with a 401. So I don't need my notepad anymore. Let's see. Do I want to separate concerns though? And then delete chirp. What's in webhooks? I'm just curious what's in here. So there's probably 2 lessons and then 2 things. And then 2 quizzes. Yeah. So 2 lessons, 2 quizzes. And then documentation. What's this about? Quiz. Quiz, lesson, quiz, quiz. Okay, so each of these is like two things where there's code. So the first one's authorization. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, this will be handler update user. So create user. These are all endpoints technically, so I'm just gonna put update to separate concerns, and then it's gonna be handler update user. Authenticated users can only create chirps for themselves, but not for others. Add a put API users endpoint so that users can Okay, I didn't finish it, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to say access token in the header, and then new password and email in the request body. Okay, so handler create chirp. This is handler update user. So let's go to handler, where's create user? Access token in the header, new password and email in the request body. New password and email in the request body. Okay, so an access token in the header. How do I access the header? Create user params, hash. Let's look at the other ones that we've done. Handler get chirp. Get all chirps. Parameters, new decoder, bad request. Get bearer token. It's all built off of the other one, so it's like this is the thing I don't like. It's really upsetting. I really wish they went deeper into detail rather than. So now I'm just gonna chat GPT it, and now we lose all this gold mine of learning. Whatever. I'll figure it out on my own time when I have to build it from scratch. It sucks. I keep getting fucking pings from WhatsApp. I don't know if that worked, but I'll try. Excellent start. Successfully wired up the endpoint, which is the first step. Now that the endpoint is ready to receive requests, the next is to fill in the handler update user function. The assignment mentions a few key things that need to happen. Extract the access token from the request header. How can I extract the header? Excellent question. When you're working with HTTP request objects, you can access the header through the header field. http.header. There it is, our header get. Access token in the header. Okay, so let's get the header. r.header.get. .get, you'd use r.header get authorization. This method returns the value of the header as a string. Okay. So create, if we go here, create user params, update user params. I'll do update user params here for email and password. What was that? Do I do var? How do I do this in Golang? Type. Update user params. Type. Let's just split it like this and then write the code this way. And then we just follow the convention, email, string, JSON. I'm not talking about the Derulo. I'm gonna call this var up. Okay, now we have to decode. So if this probably contains the new email and password, and I'm going to stuff it in this up, and then dot decode and p. You also have to hash the password. It's pretty much almost exactly the same as create user. Create user contacts database, errors. Store the hashed password in this. It's pretty much almost identical actually. This is the hashing of the password. This is storing in the database. And then it's pretty much going to be literally the same thing. And it's going to be an OK. HTTP status OK, because it's going to return 200 if not. So that's why I'm kind of just looking at the old function, and then just because update and create do the same thing. Create just makes it if it doesn't exist. Update takes what exists and already changes it and updates it to a new, puts a new value in its place. So that's why you can still reuse a bunch of the old shit, and then hash the password. Okay, 200. That's where all this comes in. I used a bunch from okay, so let's see what it says. Good attempt at reason code. It's smart to look for patches. However, there are a few adjustments you need to make correctly. Update a user rather than create a new one. Okay. But where are we at? 34? Okay, so we'll continue this in the next video, so stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Knologist out.